Okay, I think I'm ready to talk about it. When I was probably 9 or 10 years old, a happy, whimsical kid, I used to love to build fairy houses. I would use twigs, I would use mud. They were whimsical, they were fun, they were inspiring. And I would build them everywhere. I would build them all over my parents' yard. I would build them at school. It was just something that brought me so much joy. But the best fairy house I ever made was in my parents' front yard. I was so proud of it, and I'm sure all the fairies must have loved that house most of all. But one day, I heard some sound from inside the house. I look out into the front yard and I see a neighborhood kid skateboarding by, and to my absolute disgust and horror, he picks up his skateboard and he slams it down on the fairy house, and he crushes that fairy house until there was nothing left. And that was the last fairy house I built in my childhood. Will I ever build a fairy house again, you ask? I hope so. I'd like to hope so. Someday. Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Raquel and I am so stoked that you are here today. So after obviously many years of mourning my childhood loss of a fairy house, I have decided to make another one. But today we are going to make a fairy house using sophisticated adult materials like foam and whiskey. It's gonna be grown up and the fairies are going to love it. I'm also gonna try my absolute best to make this little house in a 28mm scale. I'm pretty bad at keeping things to scale, so it's something I'm practicing and I'm learning, and you're learning along with me. We're all along for the ride. I'm also stoked that my friend Luke recently mailed me this lovely little bag of bricks that I think are gonna be perfect for the project, but I don't think this is quite enough. So we are going to kick things off by making a lot of bricks using a slightly different type of foam, and we got a lot of work to do and we got a lot of fairies waiting for us. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Raquel, how did you spend your day off yesterday? Well, Raquel, I spent it making hundreds and hundreds of bricks. I'm super stoked to have finished all the building blocks, the bricks and the windows and the door for the fairy house and start assembling it today. The plan is now to glue it all up, prime it, make a roof, and maybe install some fairy twinkle lights. Could be fun. All right, better get to work because Tinkerbell is really strict with her deadlines. So I'm really stoked on how this is looking so far, and I'm really excited to paint it like the final colors. I'm really stoked on my color choices, and I think you all might like them too. And if you don't like my color choices, I don't really care because I'm really excited for them. And I will like it. And that's what counts. It counts for your art too. Doesn't matter what others think. Anyway, so we're gonna paint it, we're gonna toss on some moss and attach it to the base, add some accessories, and then invite some fairies over. I'm really stoked for this, and I'm really proud of how the roof turned out. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I have also made some questionable roofs in the past. So this is really a step up for me, and I'm stoked on it and pretty proud of it. All right, let's get after it. Still tons to do. Yay! All right, the fairy house is done, and I am so stoked on it and like kind of proud of myself for such a silly small thing. It was actually kind of a lesson in patience. I don't know if that's the right word, but it was definitely a lesson for me because I tend to shoot for the stars when it comes to terrain building, and then I tend to get really frustrated and make something really big that's like not as good as I would like. I think it's important to still shoot for the stars and do those giant projects you want to do, but sometimes maybe slow yourself down. Do something a little smaller. Make it super duper good. Anyway, I am stoked to show you all this finished product. I think you and the fairies are gonna like it. But before I do that, I just wanted to say a big thank you to all my patrons for supporting me and believing in me and sharing their project with me and participating in our Discord. It's a wonderful community we're building, and I'm super proud of it. If you are in any crafting community, I encourage you to engage as much as you can and encourage others to create more art and give them nice, valuable feedback. So it's meant a lot to me, and I know how much it can mean to others, so try to do that where you can. All right, enough mushy fairy talk. Is this fairy talk? What do fairies talk about? Anyway, let's show you the finished product. Here we go. You're still here? I'm still here? This is awkward. We're both still here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love it if you subscribed and you watched maybe some old videos, maybe my next videos. Who knows? Maybe you follow me on Instagram. Have a great day. Bye.